Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. We are beginning today's webinar broadcast. I'd like to welcome you. My name is Glenn Johnson. I'm a Senior Vice President here with Magic Software Enterprises Americas. Today's session is Digital Transformation, the CIGAM story. And we're pleased to have on our webinar today Luis Rogerio Dupont, the CTO of CIGAM Software, and Robinson Oscar Klein, the CEO of CIGAM Software. Welcome to you both, gentlemen. We're happy to have you here, and we'll be inviting you to join us in just a moment. We are showing our application and slides, and we invite you to ask questions at any time as you see the presentation and hear things that are of interest to you. You can send those questions via the chat box to the staff, and we'll be happy to get to those questions at the end of today's formal presentation. So without any further ado, we'd like to continue with our presentation so that we can get to the meat of the story, which is regarding CIGAM. But we wanted to begin with just a reminder of Magic Software, your hosts for today's webinar. We are a global provider of application development and integration solutions, and a company that's been around for now 33 years, founded in 1983. We're traded on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange, so everything about us is available to you as information that you can see online as a publicly traded company. So just look Magic Software up under that ticker symbol of MGIC, and you'll see all of the financials and other information about the company, including our 2015 revenues, which were reported at $176 million, the fact that we have some 1,300 employees working to achieve that from 24 global offices around the world, and reaching customers in something like 50 countries now. So that's a very significant, over 3,500 global business partners, not all of them as wonderful and amazing as CIGAM Software, but some really great partners that we would like to share with you about, and then serving literally millions of users worldwide with Magic technology. So this is just a brief background about Magic, who's hosting today's webinar, and we're going to look forward to hearing more about CIGAM Software when we get to that section of today's presentation. When we think about all of the change that occurs in this world, I'm reminded of the movie Back to the Future. You know, and you remember them saying, you know, great Scott, so this is what the future looks like. Well, you know, even the future scenes in Back to the Future, if you realize this, are in the past. In other words, that movie was looking forward to a day, the most forward-looking day that was portrayed in that movie is actually a date in the past. So everything that was supposed to happen must have already happened. But we know it didn't all happen. The hoverboards aren't quite exactly here, although there are something that looks something close to hoverboards that are available out there, aren't there? The pace of change is something that is catching everyone's attention, and digital transformation is a big part of what we see. Things like augmented reality and the Internet of Things are creating real gaps between what's possible and what's really being done in enterprises today. Excuse me. So as we see the changes that are occurring through digital transformation, we're also seeing a merger of two very important areas. One is called customer experience, which of course is a focus on not just the tools that we use to communicate with our customers through customer relationship management software and other similar applications, but on the actual experience of the customer. In fact, it goes much further than technology, and it's really about focusing on that experience, whether it's an in-store experience in a retail environment like a Starbucks coffee, where the music is just right, the lighting is just right, the oxygen may even be elevated so that you can really enjoy that cup of coffee. And then that whole area of customer experience, which is illustrated by the example of something like a Starbucks, is now being modified through this world of digital transformation. And so as we look at digital transformation, we're really talking about taking business processes and making the actual process digital. The actual customer experience becomes digital, and so we call that digital experience. A great example of that, of course, the one everyone's talking about, is Uber, where they've really transformed short-distance transportation in a way that is personalized, that's immediate, where the billing is easier, and it just is amazing to have experiences with Uber. For example, if you leave something in a taxi, you can just say goodbye. You'll probably never find it again, right? You wouldn't know what the taxi number was. You wouldn't know how to find it. With Uber, there's a spot in the app, lost item, and you just get in touch with that driver, and of course you better tip them when they bring it back, because they're doing that on their own time. So, but it's a great system, and you really want to appreciate that kind of digital transformation in an industry. So a logical intersection of these two areas, customer experience and digital transformation, is what we call DX, or digital experience. And with digital experience, there are some really driving factors. First is that customer relationship that we talked about. Second is the advent of mobile applications and the mobilization of business processes. The Uber example is only one of many. And then, of course, the all-important nature of enterprise processes. I mean, the fundamental things that our businesses do still have to take place. The very important financial and accounting and manufacturing resource planning efforts and supply chain efforts and product lifecycle management activities, all of these things continue to be important to our business. And if we're going to deliver a meaningful and effective digital experience, they all have to be working right and together, and that brings up our fourth essential, which is integration. So we believe it's very important to select platforms with effective APIs. If you're using a CRM system, you want to make sure that it's got a good API so that you're going to be able to integrate that to marketing automation platforms, to configure price quote or CPQ applications, to lead intelligence sources and services. Your ability to do things like validate data quality is very essential, as well as do things like commission calculations and integrate with a variety of different business applications that are out there. You also want to be able to choose a multi-channel enterprise mobility platform. And the advantages of that multi-channel platform is that it allows you to leverage a single skill set for the development and deployment of your mobile apps to create that digital experience for your customers. And you can put those apps on an iOS Apple device or on an Android device, various types of Android phones, or even in the Windows phone environment. And those apps can also be deployed as rich internet applications over a laptop or a desktop machine. You could do web browser-based merge apps using a good multi-channel platform. You can do desktop client-server apps, which have some security and control advantages, and even background batch processing and that kind of thing. So a truly flexible multi-channel enterprise mobility platform is going to be key to your IT department's ability to work with all of this, and to your software company's ability to work with all of these technologies. We also think it's very important to connect enterprise apps with real business processes. So as you have various modules and systems within your organization, often they're going to be part of your ERP system. That's going to be the key system in any organization. But occasionally you have these outlying specialized systems or legacy applications, and the question of integration does come up. So you want to look at all of these various requirements for software and find ways to help them to work together, to connect those enterprise applications with all the other business processes in your organization. And then ultimately you want to provide that IT team with those integration tools that they need to support that digital experience. Things that are capable of working in a real-time and near real-time fashion with event-driven triggers, but also support for long-running processes, so that if an approval needs to take place from a senior level executive in your organization before that business process can continue, that it can, a long-running process allows that process to wait, until that approval is obtained, and then it becomes alive again. The process continues in, again, almost a real-time fashion, but it's a long-running process in reality because of these gaps or weights that are built in. And of course, you can build in alerts and alarms and escalations to manage those long-running processes so that they continue in a way that delivers the most effective customer experience in your digital environment. Some other real things to look for are the model-driven design nature of your tools, the ability to monitor what's happening in your business environment through business activity monitoring, and of course everything needs to be secure. The importance of security cannot be overemphasized in today's business environment. There are just so many intrusions and possible intrusions that are taking place that you want to make sure you have conformance with the highest levels of security for your applications and your integration processes. And then, of course, you want to be able to scale so that as the business grows, as demand spikes are experienced, that you're able to deal with those peaks of demand and scale in a way that the applications are running smoothly, the integration is taking place smoothly in the background. So these are all essential aspects. Now, customer experience, there's a lot of chatter, a lot of talk about this today, as we said, and it's really an essential concern for these various IT departments. It's been suggested in Harvard Business Review that customer experience is all about that sum totality of how customers engage with your company and brand. And this was suggested by Adam Richardson, who wrote in the Harvard Business Review. So the sum totality of how customers engage, that's the customer experience, not just the digital aspects, but every aspect of the interaction and experience of that customer. But customer experience is obviously very important to those who are aligning those IT systems then with the needs and experiences of those customers. You can't have a great experience with your customer except for the computer interaction and IT systems and websites and so forth that the company provides that customers become aware of and interact with. It all needs to work together to be aligned with your goal for positive customer experience in that organization, and particularly in those organizations that are experiencing true digital transformation where the primary customer experience takes place in a digital environment. And of course, the chatter about digital transformation has been covered in a lot of different publications, such as MIT Sloan Management Review, where we're talking about a maturing digital business focus, where the need is to integrate a variety of digital technologies, social, mobile, your business intelligence and analytics capabilities, all, of course, frequently running in cloud environments today, whether that be private cloud or public cloud. And all of the purpose of this is to transform how businesses work and improve business processes and functionality in your organization. So customer experience is driving digital transformation, because as we seek to have better customer experiences, then organizations are focusing on things that they can do to improve those customer experiences. And some of the activities that are being undertaken in pursuit of improved customer experience are things like improved user experience design or UX design. The personalization process, which means that you're trying to create a one-to-one customer interaction, a personalized experience for that customer that reflects their interests, needs, requirements, as opposed to just a generic customer interface and experience. The customer self-service portals are so important today, where you can go in and request and receive interaction with the company through a specialized customer self-service portal. So I can do it myself in the middle of the night. Increasingly, people are shy. We're finding that as customers approach our companies, they're waiting about 57% of the way through the sales process before they actually make contact with your business. So you've got to have customer self-service. You've got to have ways of for them to interact before the sale and after the sale for service, for getting information about how to fix things, how to troubleshoot, how to repair, how to return, and all the various aspects of that customer experience that need to be digitally transformed. Integration is a big concern. Over half of companies are pursuing integration projects related to and driven by customer experience, or about half, excuse me. Mobile enablement of business processes is taking place in almost 40% of customers, of companies out there. So if you figure 4 out of 10 have a project this year, and another 4 out of 10 have a project next year, then it's very clear that most companies are pursuing these kinds of projects. Business tools that need to be created to enhance customer experience. And then, of course, people are using agile methodologies and approaches in order to enhance customer experience. Why is that? Well, with agile methodologies, you have a faster revision cycle. So you have a stronger feedback loop between customer requirements or user requirements and the actual applications and IT projects that are being pursued. And so when you pursue agile, it really does relate to that customer experience because it gets them what they're asking for faster. Time to market is improved, and the actual final product delivered is closer to the requirements of the customer because of that agile methodology and processing. And we could spend hours just on a topic like that, but we're not going to do that. The chatter continues, the discussion continues about digital experience. We're finding that more customers are connected than ever, and there are some 213 million online adults in the just in the U.S., for example. 70% of those use smartphones. Average, they have 4.3 connected devices, and we see similar statistics all around the globe. People are increasingly connected. In fact, mobility is becoming the primary means of online connectivity for many people, particularly in many nations around the world. Now, the chatter also suggests, the discussion suggests that firms need to align their technology priorities to meet the rising expectations. And so investment priorities are reflecting a lot of the various dimensions that we just talked about as well. Investment looks at it from a dollar standpoint versus a project standpoint. So these are the same areas that we just talked about, but a slightly different percentage based on where they see their investment priorities playing out in their organization. Now, despite all of that desire, that intent to pursue digital transformation activities, there are roadblocks that occur in the way. That's why you want to align yourself with a strong ERP partner like CIGAM Software, quite frankly, because you try to do all this yourself, you're going to run into trouble, obviously. No one's suggesting that in this day and age. But there are challenges that you can run into. The biggest one is people and resource challenges, and that's one of the things that I think is most remarkable about the CIGAM story is their ability to attract and make CIGAM a fantastic place to work and to be involved in their organization. The technology and the roadblocks in the technology continue to be a factor. Now, there's some 52% of these companies that are suggesting that agility and time to market is an issue as well, and some 43% are suggesting cultural challenges and process challenges are making things difficult for them. Now, in terms of budgets, where does the money come from for digital transformation projects? Interestingly, about 35% of the budget is from IT. I would expect that to be higher in the past. Anything with the word digital would have had a higher percentage of the budget support directly from the IT department. But increasingly, marketing, because of the important aspect of customer experience, is providing a lot of the funding for digital transformation projects, as well as other areas, other line of business areas, providing about 29% on average. So this is very telling. And then we wanted to, of course, spend most of our time today with the CIGAM story. And so as a way of introduction, I'd like to now pass control of the webinar over to Robinson Klein and Rogerio Dupont, who are with us today. And we're very pleased to have you gentlemen with us and looking forward to hearing what you have to tell us about the CIGAM story and how you're making things happen, particularly in your market there in Brazil. And we're almost able to see your webcam, but not quite. So I don't know if you're able to get that turn back on or not, but we'll look forward to that. There you are. Thank you, gentlemen. And let's make sure we can hear you. Let's see. Not hearing you yet. There you go. I should be able to hear you now. I had you muted. I apologize for that. Try again.
Hi.
Hi, Robinson. Thank you so much. I'm now going to turn it over to Robinson, Oscar Klein, and Rogerio Dupont. Thank you.
Thank you, Klein. Thank you, everybody, to stay here. It's a pleasure to us to talk with you. And today we'll show a little bit of story from CIGAM. How CIGAM have worked for a long time and how to work together with Magic. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. We'll answer in the right time. Okay. Then now I can share my screen. Okay, you can see my screen? Okay.
Not yet. I think we need you to click on the share show button. There it is. Now we see it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. We are from Brazil. CIGAM is a company. Our history started in '86. At this time, we start with another language. It's some of you may hear about. Clipper and Joiner. About 93, you decide to look for another solution. At this time, 93, we are looking for a solution that can provide to us more productivity. It makes some connection with the digital transformation. The main point that moved the people today to digital transformation is to have more money with less job, less work. And that's what about Klein was talking to us. And at this moment, 93, we start to search a lot of different tools, developing tools, and after a lot of selections, test a lot of tools, different tools, I and Rogerio decided to select Magic 5 at this moment. At 97, you start to work with Windows. It's just the Windows world was opening at this moment, and we're still working with Unix in 97. In 98, you receive from Magic an award. It's a partner competence, and you receive an award from Business Solution in Orlando in a Magic conference also. Next one, please. Just a second. We start to migrate to Magic 7. You can set implement ISO 901. And you have a big project with AS400. Also in 99. Later we'll talk about this project, AS400, that is still running on Volvo, international company, truck company. Most of you must know them. After that, in 2000, you deliver the 8.1.8i version on CIGAM. You are distribution CIGAM around Brazil with 16 partners. Then 2002, you have about 500 companies using CIGAM, and you migrate from Magic to Magic 8 Windows and the S400 also. 2003, you receive Prestige Award from Magic for your quality program for excellence in management. At this moment, your company was called Abyss yet. After that, 2 years after, you changed to the name of the company to CIGAM also. Oh, as you can see, you have a lot of awards around this time. You can see the screen. And 2007, you implemented a university, a corporate university. It's called UCC, and it was necessary to support the fast growth that the company have, and the high demand for people, new professionals, new programmers. At this moment, the market in Brazil was growing very fast, and will grow also at this moment. In this moment, we start also to migrate to Magic eDeveloper, as you can see here. Next year, you receive for the first time the award for the best company to work in Brazil, and have a finalist from Sucesso. It's an innovation award also. And 8, you release the CIGAM Learning. That's it's an increasing function of your university, corporate university, to provide e-learning for all of our customers, partnership, and employees also. Next year, 9, oh sorry, so fast. Yeah. 2009, you receive again award for the Great Place to Work in Brazil for IT companies, and for all the companies in Brazil also, as you can see in this. In this year, you also receive the first company in Brazil for IT companies, first one in communication, first one in life quality, first one in respect, second one in integration, second one in pride, and third one in best quality. This one, the first one in respect, was very pleasure to us, because the 1 year before, this award was from Google. That was we are very happy about that. Still in this year, you have a great project that when we start your first solution for mobile. It's a making decision mobile solution. It's to CEO from our customers, and you receive also innovation award for that solution. It's 2010, you receive again award from the best company in Brazil and the best company to work in IT companies in Brazil. And again, the award for a top quality company, one of the most important quality program in Brazil. This was a special year because it has a lot of awards. That one award, ABRH, it's a Human Resource Award. Top brand, again, a top human brain, enterprise category, and you reach about 2,200 customers in Brazil, and was recognized as one of the most important installed base in Brazil. And we start the migration to Magic Unipass. Next year, again, the Samuel Award from the best company to work in Brazil. Some of the guys are asking now me about the job. Yes? No, not yet? Yeah, just joking. Sometimes someone asks us about. Really, it's a great place to work. And in the same year, we receive another one of the best company to work in south of Brazil, the state where we live today. 2012, you receive a partnership with, oh, sorry about. You have a partnership with Microsoft, a gold partner. Then you receive 30, you receive a CESPRO is a national Brazilian Association of IT companies. And I have this competence for the best solution for service companies and manufacturing companies also. Again, next year you receive the best place to work in IT companies, the best place to work in south of Brazil. In this year, you also we have an acquisition of a new company that is specialized in fashion franchising software. It's called Gestor. You receive an award from Top Human Being, and the CIGAM Corporate Software Ltd. Changes to CIGAM SA. Now, after this moment, you're starting to make some acquisitions and talking about companies around Brazil to have a bigger company. 15, again, you receive the best place to work for Brazil, in Brazil. Two different awards from that. And at this moment, this year, you also have a new agreement with Magic that help us to be more competitive and grow in the marketing. This year, it's new for us, it's new for everyone. When I make this presentation in last Mo, you don't have these awards yet. One of these was from Magic Innovation Award. Again, you receive an award from Top Human Being. Again, great place to work for IT companies and great place to work for south of Brazil. And you have completed 30 years of the company. At this moment, we finish the presentation from CIGAM. If you have any question at this moment, please chat out. After now, I will show your product. Okay, can you go ahead?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. That's the main numbers from CIGAM. At this moment, you have about 40 partners in Brazil, 5,000 customers. Your retention rate is almost 100%, and 9% of satisfaction. It's great numbers all around the world, especially in Brazil. It's not easy to have these numbers. One of the important points for our solution is the complete integration that you can provide to our customers. You have also an ERP system, human resource system, CRM, BI, and a lot of another ones that can be provided to the customers. I will show in a few minutes for you. That's the main diagram that represent all the models that you have in your software. I will wait 1 minute in this screen that you can see, but you support in these red ones the main point of the companies, financial, purchase order, inventory, invoices. Now we have engineering, ERP process, MPS, machine holding plan, production, service companies, quality systems, logistics and distribution, and sales. Sales, direct sales on web, on mobile, you have included the BI system that include balance scorecard system also. And now you can see how is the interface for your software. This is the main menu developed in .NET and totally integrated with Magic XPA. It works with touchscreen also, like Windows 10, sorry about the Portuguese. You have also fast access to the system, and you can include appointments, checkpoints, remembers. You can share something. You can ask, open some support invoicing, create new reports for all the system anytime. It's the special kind of screen. Have also developed to be fast to show information to the customers, to select information easy, and make some filters very fast for the other solution. This information, Rogerio would like to talk something.
And the customer can customize how the form of the information is displayed.
Yes, this screen can be changed for the end users.
Yes.
They can select the filters they want.
Also the filters can be changed and customized by the customer, by the final user.
And the second screen you can see in the screen now. The users can change, can include the picture, can print, can do everything on this screen. It's another format, the same kind of screen. You can see that you can change the presentation according to the context. One kind of customers, I can show some information. Another supplier, for example, I can show other kinds of information as users needs, and it's important for the search process. You can have screens like that one, like a business card, and you can see also geolocalization. You can see exactly where is my customer and how you can go there. Yes, it's all integrated with Google Maps. It's another kind of information. You have a cash flow, like a schedule. You can click under the day, and you can see the titles about the amount. You can see in graphic mode also, and another different kind of screens. Everything is built in Magic. Now you can see the titles about the information. And you can see also in your CRM system how it's working, how many customers, how many leads you have, and how many opportunities you can work every day, anytime. In this new screen, you can see the titles about the opportunities you have for the customers. You can select new filters and choose information. As you can see, the interface is very pretty. Users like it. Now we have on schedule. You can select where the people are, or the appointments I have. It's like some kind of universal interface, like Outlook or something like that. Usually I have in the audio system signs that you can see by colors. How important is each of the service orders that you have here, and how you can work with them. You can also can see the tiles. You can go down. I can drill down over most of the fields. You can define sales and distribution. You can select some roads, and you can see it in the maps also. You have account system, then you can see one kind of one period and compare with another one, the average, how it works. And also I can see graphically if we like tools that provide us special kind of analysis, special kind of charts, and also users can select and change these screens how he like to analyze the data and everything else. Now you can see some screens for our business intelligence. You know that there is a lot of business intelligence in the world, and also in Brazil we have a lot of solutions like business intelligence that can be integrated with any ERP system. But this business intelligence has a special function that is totally integrated with our ERP system. Then it's so easy to get information. When something changes, it's automatically changed for the business. Basically, the BI understands the changes in databases, and that's the way the business intelligence works better than other ones with your ERP system. Anyway, also I have some customers that use another business intelligence with our ERP system, but most of them use your solutions working very well and have a lot of approach. Oh, you can see a lot of screens, a lot of functions that you can. That's a solution you can see in the screen now. It's CIGAM Boletos. It's a bank payment solution. You delivered this solution 5 years ago. Yes, it's about. And you have a lot of downloads. A lot of the customers that use this solution. It's very practical. It's a more marketing solution you provide for free for the users. This it's CIGAM Mobile. It's really a part of your BI system. The managers, the CEOs, and the people that make decisions in the company really use this solution to approve some orders, approve some discounts. They can consult information about orders, payments, cash flow, everything he needs to make a decision. That's the solution. The solution, Decision Mobile. And Rogerio, it's your time.
In this moment, we are launching the 11th version of CIGAM. We have more than 20,000 programs, 1,300 files tables. Our application size is 5 gigabytes, and we have additional components, externals, and procedures, most of 116. We developed for 2 databases, SQL, Microsoft, and Oracle. And we are using XPA, Magic XPA in this moment.
Here you can see some of our customers. You select some international ones like Volvo, The Body Shop, Kawasaki, Scan Source, Tepelink, Stephens, just you know. In the moment that I show this presentation in Magic Conference users, it was just the time that when you have the Olympiads game in Brazil. They are our customer, and then the show you can see, you can watch in the TV, were organized also with CIGAM. Some of our customers, most of them. Sure, I don't like to show you 5,000 customers here, but just to have an idea, we have an important customers in Brazil, and it's growing day by day. It's really a successful solution. And you need to talk with you is the growth of CIGAM network is also a result of partnership CIGAM and Magic. It has generated a great productivity to developers and customers. Thank you. That's it for today. If you have any question, please be happy to ask us. I and Rogerio and Mauricio here together to answer you. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'll be happy to help you to understand better how we work.
Thank you so very much. I do appreciate that, Robinson and Rogerio. Very excellent presentation. We will open it up for questions at this time. First question I see is, what percentage of your software is written in Magic, and if not 100%, then what else do you use?
Oh, like, most of the solution is writing in Magic.
95%.
Rogerio is
95% is in Magic, absolutely in Magic. Okay. And just 5%, I think, is written in .NET, like C# or web solutions like PHP, Java. Just 5%.
Sure.
95 is Magic.
Great. And then another question is, what database are you using?
Yes, it was in the presentation. You use Oracle and SQL Server.
Microsoft.
Yes.
Yeah, Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server.
Yes.
Okay.
At this moment, you have also one customer with AES400, but with DB2. But it's
now we are migrated to MS SQL of Microsoft.
Another question, is the CRM funnel diagram using .NET controls inside Magic XPA?
Yes, a lot
.NET
of .NET controls. It's with the new version of Magic, it's easy to do, and you can include a lot of new functions in the Magic from .NET, and there's a lot of wonderful libraries in the market to include.
It's really easy to do.
This year we will release a new function, also including artificial intelligence,
voice recognition,
and something like that in the solution.
Okay. And what do you use for reports?
You use some functions from Magic, but you have only report generator.
Yes, in C#.
This report generator is made from C#.
Okay. And for browser-based applications, you're using, you said PHP?
Applications browser use PHPs. Yeah, some of applications you use PHP also, but you use Magic Magic Enterprise Server to connect with it. And I have also RIA.
RIA.
Yes.
RIA, and did you say merge applications also? Magic merge.
Yeah, sure. Some of the reports you have also. Some no, most of them use merge technology.
Merge technology is a great idea to improve too. We can distribute all a lot of reports in Word, like RTF models, and the final user can change it very easy using Word. Just using Word, just using Office.
Or any other kind of word processor.
Nice, nice. And so your versions, when you've changed from version to version, what kind of backward compatibility issues did you have as you upgraded from?
We have some problems, but we fix it with we build a migrate tool that solves some problems with legacy. Since our application was developed in Magic 5 version 5, and
wow.
we need to do some modifications, and we developed an own tool to do it. And no problem after this is full functionality, yes. No problems.
This last version of XPA, you have built a special converter.
Yes.
And you have Magic to improve your migration. Magic help us to improve that solution, and now it's working very well, and the migration is working very fast, and
yes.
It's like you have made some change in the application to be possible to migrate, but now it's, the migration is automatically.
Yes.
And you mentioned about the many awards you've received as a great place to work. Other than the fact that you use Magic, what causes CIGAM to be such a great place to work? What is it about your culture that you think is different?
Yes, sure that Magic make part of your family. It's not one action that you can do to have really a good place to work. It's a lot of kinds. But really, if you can work better, work easier, and have customer satisfaction, you can really have a good place to work. People that also are happy to work here, and really, it's a good place to be and work.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I don't see any more questions coming in, so I want to thank you both for your excellent presentation and participation today. It's really appreciated, and I know those that were online with us appreciate it. We will also be making recording available to those who would like to see a replay of this session. So once again, we thank you for joining us and look forward to seeing you again on a future Magic webinar. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you, Klein. Thank you for everyone that's here with us. If you have some question after that, our emails are in the screen, and I will be happy to help you and to answer the question. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you a lot.
Great. Thank you all. Bye now.
Bye.